18 April 1980, Zimbabwe celebrated independence. Everyone was so hopeful. With a booming economy and a newly elected president, what could possibly go wrong? From being an African powerhouse to failing to provide its citizens with clean water, 40 years later we revisited the independence, and here is what some Zimbabweans had to say.
For me, I guess independence means that we were able to make our own rules as the people of the country.
I feel like independence for now, at certain we are now independent.
Back in the day, just hearing the term independence would get me so angry because I felt like there was no independence at all.
I remember Joshua Nkomo, I faced more persecution in Independence Zimbabwe than I faced during liberation struggle.
From our colonial masters, we are free, but as a nation, as a people, I don't really feel that we are free.
If someone asks about independence and Kwendako Stadium, basically that's what Zimbabweans say.
It's sad because of COVID, we are not going to celebrate this year. We don't have a big event at the National Sports Stadium.
I'm a new slave. I think I'm like still colonized, but I'm colonized by my own people, which makes it kind of messed up. To a certain extent, I feel like it's almost like a curse to be a Zimbabwean.
I feel like after 40 years, we are still stuck on one position. That's really hard.
Because it's been 40 years now. We're still not standing on our own.
At some point, people were free to express themselves.
To not talk openly about what you wanted to talk about.
We claim we have freedom of speech, but that's a myth because you can't really say whatever you want. So we're not really independent, we're not really democratic, we're not really free.
Are we ever going to get to a stage where we are going to adhere to our constitution as supreme law as a country?
I believe Zimbabwe is a serious identity crisis.
I'm very proud of Zimbabwe, and as we're turning 40, I'm very proud that we've come this long way.
To be honest with myself, sometimes I'm to South Africa. To be honest, guys, I don't feel like Zimbabwe is young, at the end of the day. You feel like other countries running Zimbabwe.
What really are we independent of? Are we truly independent? Or independence was for those who went to fight the liberation war?
Dealing with our government is like dealing with an emotional person who just takes offense at anything and everything you say.
1990 saw Zimbabwe taking part in the DRC war, and war veterans were handed 50,000 each, leading to the land redistribution program in 2000.
What happened in the period 92 to 98, those 10 years, my decisions as Namsoro, Yema 50,000, we had no money. Tatsina Mariachu. From nowhere, 1 or 2, do time ya Wundra akaisa ka pressure kakaisa. Aisa ka pressure kaka vabeko ni some other war vets vangawana okuchi kuhondo. Next thing vanguti aisusta kuda kuti muchituonawo. Time yaita se yarebesa. Reserve Bank mari kavaita se kavaya printwa.
Oma 50,000 mudhara akatoireceive mudhara wangu ini handiti. But yanga itori bob because atotengawo mota. Point ma war vets aifanira kusotwa. And economics dzacho dziri kuseri obviously taisadzinzwisisa, but tongonzwa kuti ndo pakatanga mahwane edu.
DRC war, we could spend a year, it was $2 million a day of money yangatisina.
The new millennium saw the rise of an alternative voice in politics, the MDC, that won the 2008 elections and was strong-armed into a government of national unity by ZANU-PF.
It's not a secret that 2008, Zimbabwe went through the worst economic challenges. There was no food, there was no money.
2008 was a very bad time for us as a nation. And it time you good team.
From 2008 till now, there hasn't been much of a difference. We're still kind of facing the same struggle, where every day you have to keep changing your dream, changing your game plan, changing how you work, changing how you think, changing how you function, because our economy keeps changing every week.
They went into that GNU started looting and enjoying the plunder like ZANU-PF officials.
Patakaita GNU ka instead yokuti ti address nyaya vamwe vanhu vakatanga kudyawo futi vatanga kudyawo vakanga.
End of the day, the GNU produced nothing finished and clear.
2010 to 2020 was an interesting phase in our country, from Robert Mugabe losing power to the new quote-unquote dispensation. Service delivery is at an all-time low, from the health sector to the banking sector. Corruption is the order of the day, and it's crippling the economy.
You know, it's from something as simple as, you know, having a functional banking system, you know, knowing that I can go to the bank and get money. I think that's one thing that just has let me down. Having leaders that you actually have confidence in.
From now on, I'm going to 40 bond a month. I'm going to 80 bond a month. And I'm going to have per bank. But you know, 120 bond. Kombi chai rugita 10 bond. Chingwa chugita mari 3 loaves. Do ya nanga kalainira. Say, for example, registries office. Same muna kakunyorera birth certificate. Unokona kusvika pakushanda naye food munhiye.
Basic things like going to get your ID as a mission. I think my basic civil rights, my basic rights as a young Zimbabwean, as a human being, I don't have them. The idea of paying for medical aid, but when I go to the hospitals, I have to pay money on top of that.
If you don't have money, you're just as good as dead.
Medical and education system, our judiciary system, a lot of our systems in place post-independence, I think we've gone south. Even our healthcare system, it's a joke. It's actually quite upsetting that, you know, in these times of corona and stuff like that, every country in the world is struggling with their healthcare system. But we've been living this life. Our doctors have been living the struggle. Our doctors have not had protective clothing. They have not had sanitizers. They have not had running water at the hospital. Basic budgeting for life is just made so complicated because of corruption. So yes, my everyday life is affected all the time because whatever life decision I make, I have to counter in the corruption aspect. If I charge someone in US dollars, I have to consider the black market rate.
Corruption is like killing. It's like the only, I feel like at this point, instead of studying accounts and business studies at UZ, we should study corruption because that's the one thing that pays.
Chinchesa chiri polarized in Zimbabwe. Chiro ufu chaiwe zvinezvi. It's either uri kumain or uri kuopposition. Inotitanga kutonetsa nyaya yeyo. Ufu boys. Chikafu sadza. Wototanga kutonzi une card here. Kungopiwa ufu. Uri subsidized nemari yemataxes. Wogaita boys.
We misuse funds. If you see the types of cars which are being driven by those in power, we don't have any reason to hate each other. We can all never think the same. Even kids of one mother and father will always think differently because we're all different people. But we have to find each other and unite in our diversity.
There are so many other atrocities Aitika since 1980. Dissidents. If there were mistakes that were made, I think takaita my mistakes up. If it was intentional, pobudiswa vanhu vacho vakazoita intentionally kuti ava vanhu vakamasterminda kuti handei uko tinokwadza chi vanhu.
We don't function like a country. We function like a flea market.
Looking at politics as well, you could see other female politicians who I record, they're working very hard. But still there's this idea kuti varume vachiri, you know, here.
You know, they'll put in a woman in this position, but the position doesn't really have power. So do you really consider it as, you know, equal opportunities? You'll put in someone from Matebele land or someone from, you know, a Manyika person in certain positions in parliament, but like you're not giving them a role that actually has impact or that makes a difference or that really allows them to represent their people.
Vanhu vakatambiswa pada vasina kumbonzwisisa vari kutamba pada but ndo vanga utori chimboga chacho chaingokandwa chingonzi tobva taendisa uko mam 1 mam 2 mam 3 paipai takazorohwa hedu imwe mama hatizoitenga iri mam chii. Period iyoyo ya 2016 to 2016 to 2018, we were so hopeful that we are now getting into a new age as Zimbabwe.
As it stands right now, we just have a new driver of an old bus.
I just hope that as we turn 40 now, the opposition gave a plan. Gave a plan in sound in Uzkanwa. You shall see when we do.
One of the great things that has come out of this country is the people. I think that's the only good thing that we have in this country, is that we have people who are so resilient.
So we had a very good run at the beginning. But as things progressed, we sort of lost the plot in a way that we became selfish, and we were only concerned about personal gain. It became polarized.
I hope that, people can come together, set aside their political differences, set aside their religious differences, and all the other stuff, that divides Zimbabwe as a nation, and just come together.
Happy 40th birthday.
Happy independence. I know takagara muzimba.
Happy birthday, Zimbabwe.
I like to say happy 40, 40.
A happy 40th birthday. Life begins at 40.